Two things for you to do if you have a wrestler who cries after they lose, or they cry a lot, they get upset and emotional. Obviously, we're talking about the younger wrestlers here for the most part. Number one, find out why they're crying. Make sure it's not because you get mad or upset, or at least they think you do. See, sometimes parents get badgered a lot for being a bad sports parent, and really they're not doing anything wrong. It's just the child filters it differently. I can say the same phrase and the same tone of voice to your wrestler that you do, but when you say it, they take it as criticism. When I say it, they take it as coaching. So it's not always the parent's fault. But let's find out what the issue is here, and then we can counsel, right? We're counselors, Purler Wrestling. That's what we do. We counsel kids through the season, through the emotions. We don't just coach. And, that's the reason I hate coaches give punishment push-ups, because the room isn't intense. Hey, that's my job. I should be doing some push-ups. All right. These are kids. Who's the leader here, right? So same thing in wrestling from a parenting standpoint. You have to be the leader in the relationship and say, okay, now let's talk about this. If you or your husband do get mad, or your wife do get mad when they lose, then you need to knock that off, because that's just unacceptable, right? But so find out why they're crying and then counsel them through that. Secondly, practice a better way. So when you're watching a professional sporting event, maybe someone strikes out in baseball or something, or someone loses a track race, they're gracious, they shake hands, or disappointed. They handle it well. So you watch that and say, hey, watch this. Come over here and watch. See how they do it? And so they have a visual perspective, a visual aid, right? A video going in their mind of exactly what to do. And then you go into a tournament or a match and you're like, or, just any time on the way to practice and a little rehearsal, like, now remember, what are we going to do whenever we start getting upset? I'm going to take a deep breath. I'm going to calm my emotions. And, A, B, C, or D, whatever you guys decide that they should do as a better way. And I think once we teach them, because what happens is too often parents and coaches say, well, they'll figure it out. They're not going to figure it out. And if they do, it might be too late. Why not just teach them? You didn't figure out physics on your own. No, somebody taught you, right? So teach them and counsel them. But that will be my two pieces of advice and strategies that you can use if you have a wrestler, son or daughter, who cries a lot during practice